Scaling needs email. There is no doubt about it. You will often hear me talk about the fact that I didn't have email in place for 17 months of my business because I really didn't need it. I was doing really well on 2 platforms. I was getting the sales that I wanted in. I was working part-time, and actually I didn't have time for an email strategy, and it does require a strategy. When I got to a place where I did have some space, I decided to layer in email, and there's a couple of reasons for that. So firstly, if you want to put a lead magnet in, and if you want a really sophisticated funnel that actually gives you more time in your business, then email can help you do that. Not to mention that weird things happen with the platforms all the time. So we've seen in the last year Instagram go down a few times. We've seen problems with Facebook, people not be able to log into their Meta. We've seen LinkedIn scheduling problems and them making changes with engagement. And actually you just can't rely on any third-party platform for the long term of your business. So email is this really good way to connect with your audience as often as you like and get directly into their inbox. You can control what goes to them, you can control the frequency of it, and you create your own kind of marketing ecosystem by having email. But also, if you have a lead magnet, or you want to have a lead magnet in place so that when people do get on a sales call with you or want to buy from you, they're actually warmer. And if you want your conversion rate to increase and you want to spend less time trying to convert people, then you need a lead magnet. But what's the point in a lead magnet if you don't then collect their email addresses? You can't then track where those people are going. But also, one of the biggest things about email is you can look at analytics. So you can see whether your hooks are working, you can see whether your copy is working, you can see where people drop out of your funnel, you can see where they read an email and they just don't connect with it, or they don't open it, or they don't click on the video, and you can analyze that content. So what I did when I was ready to put email in is I just started really simply with an email strategy whereby I came up with a really good name. So mine is called Brutally Honest Business. It entices people in because they want to see what it's about. And I started with that, and I just started sharing it without a lead magnet first. I just wanted to see who was interested, and I've ended up with about 250, 300 people on that list without a lead magnet. So that tells me that people want to hear what I have to say. And now what I've done is I've built a quiz lead magnet and a video sales letter, and every time someone wants to access that quiz, so if they want to find out the 6 secrets to scaling their business, if they want a diagnostic tool to find out which of the 6 things they're neglecting, then they have to give me their email address. And what that means is I know they have a problem. I know they're interested in what I'm saying. I know they're interested in my 6 steps. So they're already a warm lead for me. So when they go into my email list, they receive this weekly email from me about what I'm up to, what I have on offer, and I also teach them something each week in 2-minute video tips, which means that when they get to a point where they want to buy something, where they're struggling to scale, they can just get in touch with me and they can buy as soon as they want to. They may not even need to speak to me. So I've had a lot of people come through where they say they've seen all of my resources and they've seen my YouTube and they're part of my email list, and now they want to speak to me. And the conversion time is so much quicker because they say things like, I know what you teach, I know what you're about, I saw this email, I read this story. You can get that through the platforms, of course, because we're telling stories and we're putting content out, which is all great, but you just don't have direct access to them, particularly if something goes wrong. And also, you can't always be selling on the social media platform. So about 10% of your posts on social media should be sales. Whereas with your email, you can direct them to something all the time. So I can direct them to my video sales letter, I can direct them to events, I can direct them to my 2 different products, I can ask them to download things. And you really have control over the information, the education, and the sales process with them. But don't forget, if you are looking to put an email strategy in place and you want to make a really sophisticated marketing funnel, then I seriously recommend you check out this video here, which is all about lead magnets, and I've simplified the process for creating a lead magnet in just 30 minutes. And if you're thinking, is email really right for me? Am I really going to get a return on investment on this? Then I would seriously ask you to just consider whether you believe that you can get a better ROI on a social media platform where it may or may not show your content to around 10% of your followers, or whether you can get a better ROI in your email list whereby people have actively signed up to be there. They know that you're going to send them emails, so they're waiting for you to give them something and they're waiting for you to sell to them. So the return on investment is already kind of laid out for you because they are so much warmer than people in your content that know that they can unfollow, hide you, or just skip past your content if they want to. Whereas actually deleting you out of their inbox takes a little bit of effort. In terms of what you can expect from a return on investment on your email, I would expect you to make probably at least a third or sometimes like half of your sales through them being in that marketing funnel. Sometimes you won't actually know that it's come through email until later on when they say, I kept seeing your emails. So you don't always see what the direct ROI is. But I would definitely expect about 30 to 50% to come from those people. And when I speak to my clients who are doing this really successfully, they tend to say, you know, I keep selling on email just on repeat. Now, this scaling your business playlist is really filling out. So if you are looking to scale your service business to multiple six figures, then check out this playlist here where I break down lots of ways to scale your business.